Yes. And she's definitely operating off of emotions instead of logic. She's
So
operating off of feelings instead of what's best for her children.
Mm.
And that judge in that courtroom is only going to operate off of the factors that was safe for the kids. They don't care about the adult emotions.
yeah, yeah, that's the most unfortunate part about it, man. Like, you supposed to be grown, you know what I'm saying? Versus these kids who are not used to dysfunction and shouldn't have to deal with certain shit, especially if it's not, you know what I'm saying? They had nothing to do with it. Like, I don't know, but this is crazy.
Kids kids should be able to stay in a kid's place. Kids should be able to stay in a kid's place. And it's
Yeah.
unfortunate in this day and time that so many homes and situations get broken apart because kids are used as pawns. They're used
Mhm.
as pawns in a situation either against the man or against the female. And in this case, this child wanted to be used as a child support voucher. Okay, as long as the mother was getting
Mm.
child support, she don't want the father engaging in the child's life. But when the man has the child, this is the funny part. That's the only time the child is supported. If you look on her page with the child hair is unkept. She's not well maintained. The children is
Mm.
not kept clean. They're back and forth within and out of environments. When she's with the father, it's just him and the child. He don't have her around any different women, even if he's dealing with different women. He makes sure she's clean. He's the person that's shopping for her, and he takes her to the beauty parlor himself and gets her hair done. Takes her to the nail salon and to toes and nails done because he has to let her know that she's important. Ain't that supposed to also be a mother's job as well? So why am I paying child
Right.
support in a situation where my child is not getting the proper support?
No, that's facts. Give me okay, never mind. Oh, there it is. Truth Slayer. Can I get a mic check real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. Thank you so much.
Hey, True Slayer.
Hey, my girl Tay. Hello,
What up?
everybody on the panel.
Hey, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I can wait my turn. I just wanted to come up and share some more about the saga real quick, but
Yes, for
um,
sure.
I can wait my turn for sure.
Okay. Continue, Truth Teller. We you still going? She might be done. All right, go ahead, Truth Slayer. You got it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I just heard you saying that you weren't familiar with this, and I
No.
see that you have some faithful subscribers on here that are also like they're in the comments like, what is going on? I'm lost.
Yeah.
And based on your description of obviously they know you already and care about you, and they're like, what you mean? What happened? So I just kind of wanted to share, if I can be try to be really brief about how we got here, because many of us came over here because Latay's World, also known as Tay with T, she has two successful channels. She sent us over here. And so, but like the reason why so many of us have followed this story began back in the end of 2022, in October of 2022. And we have been crazy enough to have been following this, watching it like a hawk ever since then. So it's like a real
Mm.
community. It's a real thing here going on. Okay. Um, Miss Battle came on the internet and told a lie about her husband being domestically abusing her. Okay, and she does this regularly. She comes on and she tells every bit of her business, and then when it's talked about, she weaponizes her platform and she incites her very disturbed following to go after people. People have every this story has everything to do with um, fraud, schemes, scams, domestic violence, divorce, fornication, adultery, every single thing you think of, parenting, custody. People have been doxxed. People have been fired from their jobs for speaking on either the husband's behalf, who have been talking about her behavior on this internet. and all of the lies. She is undoubtedly a pathological compulsive liar, and it's not an assumption. There is every bit of a receipt for everything that, and I say we because we call ourselves the truth tellers, okay.
Mm.
And this, it was nicknamed the saga by a blogger named Chatty Cathy. Shout out to Chatty Cathy, because it just wouldn't stop. It went from her coming out here telling a lie, uh, destroying her now ex-husband's platform, who was a very successful influencer. I think he was really like a pioneer, in my opinion, of all social media influencing. If you don't know LaTruth, he is not nobody to be playing with as far as what he's done on this internet and his accomplishments. And he married this young lady with three small children, took them in as his own, and she literally tricked him out of the child they have together. There's a video receipt of her all but admitting that. And now she's doing everything in her power to keep the child from him after you tricked him out of the child. Okay. She has a new man, John L. Young, who's an actor that was on the uh, uh, Wu-Tang story. And he's the one that's actually abusing her. And all of this is coming from her own mouth. So when I'm not saying alleged, it's because it's alleged by her. Like, she literally comes out here, tells every bit of what's going on, and then when the bloggers talk about it, she says, "Oh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie." Well, we're looking at video of you saying it, ma'am. We're looking at, I mean, it's clear. And so she is a very disturbed young lady, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of us. She has done a lot on this internet. Like I said, people have lost their jobs. People getting stalked. They get doxxed. I mean, people got mug shots about it just for taking one side over the other. Whoever is on her team, whoever's been on his team, it until this day, it is still it still gets very brutal in these YouTube streets when it comes to side.
I
Most
saw,
of us, I'm
I
sorry,
saw,
go ahead.
I saw that earlier. This comment, she doxed us all. Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, they listen, she has a lady on this internet who is the head honcho, who has pretty much given her life over to the devil to support this woman and to advocate for her, knowing, and has admittedly okay, let me give you one example.
Tell the truth,
Uh
player.
huh? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what she said.
I didn't either.
That's the live.
Um
That's her going in and out. That's not my live. That's not the speaker either.
okay. But no, she's in a relationship now, a rebound relationship, after she came to the internet and destroyed this man's reputation, livelihood, everything. And when I say destroyed, she obliterated all of his income and everything, just because she did not want to be divorced. And she made up so many lies. And so she got these people on here who, a lot of them are domestic violence survivors themselves, that have trauma bonded with her about that. So they believe anything she says, even though it's proven and documented lies, documented through video, audio, text message, you name it. Okay. And so we've been really following this because we've seen a black man who had one older child that he was taking very well good care of, had custody of her through the court, married this young lady with three toddlers, okay, and basically took her from a zero to a hero. And she claims that he don't have anything to do with her success on here. He's all these horrible things. Nobody knew she existed until he married her. And we're positive that this is probably the worst mistake he's ever made in his life, because she has no limits or boundaries as far as what she will do on this internet to destroy this man. And he has done nothing but been a father to children that she had that aren't his, and taking good care of them. She admits a lot of things, about her shortcomings in the past, and she swear they're not still true, but they are. And it's a lot it's too much, so we can never really catch you fully up to what's going on. But I just wanted you to know why you got so many subs coming over here from Latay and Joy is Real Online, because we've all been watching this. I mean, we've been basically studied her and studied this whole saga and it's really diabolical what has happened. She has really gone without any legal punishment,
Mm.
for breaking many laws, and I mean breaking the things in her divorce decree, and she does it so brazenly. And I think we think she feels untouchable. And today is kind of like the big reckoning day, which is why today was such a big deal.
Mm. I understand. Damn. Okay. Well,
Right,
next
right.
time y'all gotta let me know about this stuff so I understand the severity of it. Because I might, what I'm saying, I might tie my straps up, my bootstraps up a little
Right.
tight.
I was like,
Uh,
LA, go back, go back, go back,
I
go back.
mean, I don't have a problem with it, but
They,
I'm
they
just like,
tried to
damn,
they tried to get
y'all,
my girl. They said, "Give me your laptop."
y'all. I'm trying to tell you, there was only three of us in the courtroom, so it was like I can't blend in with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. I can't just fall back and just, I can't do nothing. They gonna see my ass.
Yeah,
But no, shouts out to Latae, shouts out to Joy is real, shouts out to everybody from y'all's side that is new to
we're
me.
happy you're safe
I hope
though.
that
You know
y'all.
what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, thank God.
I knew that you would say that, Miss Joy. That's why I was like, let me get my
Okay.
ass back.
Okay. I just hope that I don't become a target. So wait, I was not gonna wish the worst case, but if they went after you, do you think they'll do that to me too? Because I'm guilty by association. I guess I hope I don't get involved.
Ain't nobody coming after
Well,
you, hungry ass.
No, I know nobody will come after me, Joy. I was just saying that though. I'm not wishing the worst
Oh
case, but
no.
I'm just trying to. No, I'm just trying to, keep my guard up. You know what I mean? No, trying to keep
He
safe
said, I'm
though.
guilty
So I was just
by
hoping.
no, I just think honestly, Riaz, after just hearing the severity of it, sometimes the court has to do what they feel like they have to do to like make sure that the trial is as fair as possible. They
Okay,
don't want a bunch of people who are hecklers or who are people who are conspiring or doing something against either one of the parties that have to deal with the situation. So I think that they was thinking that I was in cahoots, which, like I said, I ain't got no problem with y'all, but I had no idea the
okay.
severity. But shouts out to y'all.
Wow,
It is what it is.
wow, that
Sometimes
is
it happens
crazy
for a
though.
reason.
Well, I was just trying to
I
say
don't
that,
feel I
man.
don't feel targeted though, Riaz.
Okay, that's cool. I got you though. I got you. I was just saying, wow, man, that's very crazy though, man. I mean, most of that stuff I've heard so far, though, I've heard it from Joy's side mostly. Though. So I remember that, Joy, wasn't it? You went live earlier, something like that, and I came over there, and I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, she's been talking about it for a while. It's
Yeah,
been
but I'm
something
kind
that
of new to it.
that has been going on since 2022. So yeah,
Okay, but I'm new to it though.
yeah, me too. Me too.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be almost impossible to really truly catch up. It's like going back to trying to watch Power,
right.
like or starting to watch Power from right now, and you just some things you just won't get the severity. But when she made that false DV call to the police, she told
Mm.
them, and he was recording that he had a GUN and everything. So she is very dangerous. She is a loose cannon, and she has somehow been able to keep a following that turns a blind eye to all of these literal facts, videos, audios, and it's just diabolical that people will still say, "Well, but she's so beautiful. Oh, she's got 6 kids. Leave her alone." Like, no, she's done way too much on here. People are being stalked. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm saying these are those things I'm mentioning are as a result of people who supported him or the truth, and people who enable her or are compulsive liars like her. And so now there's a war pretty much between their supporters about that all stemmed from this DV lie, and it's gotten personal and it's gotten really ugly and it's crazy. So I wouldn't think that you all have anything to worry about. It's too far gone for y'all coming in at this point. Respectfully, I mean, please come in and join the crowd, but I'm saying, for anybody to be trying to come after you, I wouldn't be worried about that. I mean, nobody's come after me like that, and I've been in it since day one, and I have a platform and I speak about it a lot in chats and everything. um but it's just, really gotten to be it's a definitely a saga. We call it a saga for a reason. And what you walked in today was, what you experienced was 800 people, what you may have seen in Latay's chat, and we like biting our nails about like, this is what we've been looking for the past almost 3 years. So I'm just telling you like the gravity of what today, meant for a lot of us.
Yeah, you know what? Wow, it's
Okay.
just usually that's why I had to ask questions like, did somebody move on, or like what kind of like sparked this? But if that's just her personality, you know what I'm saying? Then wow, that's a whole nother level, man.
Yeah,
Well,
she took her first man to court at 16, alleging that he was abusing her, and this man ended up having a countless number of other charges that got him like 80 years in prison. But the only thing they didn't convict him of was her allegation. I mean, if you're gonna convict somebody on a couple dozen counts and put him up for 80 years, but you find him not guilty on her allegation, that tells you something. She make up stuff, and she will do anything not to be accountable and to not get her mental health together. Anything. Okay.
Mm, 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 mm. And she's got six. How many kids are his? Just one?
One. And he's really the only one of her kids. When she showed up to him, she had three small children, by one man. And it's
Mhm.
debatable. Some say by two, but she said by the one. She had one with LaTruth. And then as a rebound, she got with John L. Young, the actor from Wu Tang, and had twins with him about 7 months ago. Um, and all of that was to prove something. Everything that she does is to validate herself on the internet. So she's just a very terrible person. I'm sorry. I know she's another black woman and all that, but we're beyond that.
No,
She's
it's all
another
right.
sister. You know what I'm saying? She is a terrible person. She is evil. She has mental problems. I believe she is schizophrenic. Like, it's a lot to it. And then you got this brother who was just trying to take her, love her and her kids. And she came so damaged and traumatized and unhealed that she couldn't make sense of what she was really being blessed with. Right. And then she turned around and drug him on the internet and stole his 9 million follower page. And then came on the internet and drug his reputation to the point where, I mean, it's been a fight for him trying to get it back. And all of this because she really didn't want a divorce, but she was on the internet telling everybody how awful he was and abusive he was. But then all the receipts came out where she was basically begging them back on the back end. So it's just been a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So anyway, I'll cease with my explanation because, like I said, it'll never suffice. But that's kind of to get you an idea where we're at. I appreciate you having me up.
No, I appreciate you coming up. You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing new faces, new perspectives. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. So yeah, please, please come back in the future if you see a topic that interests you. Um, I mean, no, everybody can't come, man. That's what people have kind of like a misconception about the sisterhood, because they think that we're just gonna put up with any bad behavior. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? People doing some crazy shit, you acting out of character or out of pocket, and you're being damaging to somebody who doesn't even deserve it. We got smoke for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and as a woman, you're being trying to be an influencer, and as a woman, you have people, vulnerable women, you have real DV survivors, and young women who are looking up to you, and this is the direction you're trying to lead them. At this point, she is a threat to the community, and I mean that quite literally.
And hang on. So again, Camille, that's not how this works. Like there's proceedings. What I saw today was them pretty much like their lawyers just kind of discussing what's going to be allowed to be even spoken about, what evidence is allowed to be admitted and things like that. But it's not like a big production like how you guys see. They start here first before they take it on or put it on TV or anything like that. So I couldn't tell you 100% what happened in terms of if they're gonna go to trial. Again, I was trying to get home to me and mine's, but yeah, they were pretty much just going over just evidence and, their files and screenshots and probably YouTube videos. Who knows?
Okay,
Y'all
but
might
I mean, it
y'all might
was
be
nice meeting
listeners.
them though. Thank. I mean,
Huh?
it was nice. It was nice meeting them though. I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate that they shared that, and I'm actually glad to meet them. No, I was kind of late to be honest, because I was out though, so it's alright.
Yeah, it's just sometimes we actually, we don't always just review stories that like are from quote unquote famous people. Some people or some certain instances are actually really like, close. So I think it's kind of cool that, people in our space are kind of like, venturing out a little bit more instead of just reviewing videos. I might have to do a little bit more research in the future and keep it on the
Absolutely.
on the court
Okay.
steps in the future, like oh girl did with the whole Diddy and Cassie thing. But
Oh yeah, there's this other case as well. So there's a famous case between UK rap artists. It's about this big D case though. I'll probably send you some stuff that you should check out though, and you'll probably understand what I'm gonna tell you though, because it's hard to explain it, man. About this case. This famous UK rapper named Fredo though, and there's a case on him now where basically I think his somebody in his camp snitched on him and the crew, and basically the crew got investigated, for like felony and stuff, firearms or something like that though, to actually target his up or something like that though, target Digga D, who's an up of his. And Fredo, they didn't get him though, because Fredo was already in Dubai at that time, and you know it was just like, there were like text messages and lots of things. And, he's probably on the run right now. Traders in Dubai on the run. And depending how serious they can get it, though, they can extradite him back, though.
yeah, see, that's a little bit more serious. But when they start adding in, anybody starts adding in like the social media and all that stuff, they really gotta, I guess, go through that with a fine tooth comb because there's
Yeah,
so many
with
things that
Fredo, but
can
I think they say that
happen.
if he comes back, though, he'll probably get a 10-year jail sentence. So if he comes back, so so he probably ain't gonna come back. He's probably gonna go on the run or something. Maybe he might go Thailand or something like that. Because you know what they're doing back home? They're freezing his assets, his money, and everything like that. So he's slowly running out of money.
Ooh, yeah, he putting him in the corner.
And
Shouts out to everybody that's showing. Let me see here. We got Joy is live. We got 25 people on that side. Thanks for the 47 people on my side. Make sure that you like both of the videos, both Miss Joy's and mine. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. Dr. Quantum, and maybe you can answer this, Miss Joy. She wants a briefing on LaTruth.
Oh
So
Lord.
you really feel like he's one of those like decent guys that's not a grifter.
Well, I don't even know what a grifter is. Um,
Um, I guess somebody who just like says what is, I guess, what people want to hear just so they can make money instead of
oh,
it actually being how they feel. You know what I mean?
or
oh,
maybe the term easy for, I'll probably say, what about the term panderer, though? Would you,
Right.
panderer or
I guess
something?
that's, yeah, probably the same thing. I think, I don't know. Grifters always, they always seem to make more money. But Miss Joy, did you take him seriously? Like, do you think that he's really like a genuine person with his message? And I'm not even sure what his message is.
well, I wasn't a follower of his prior to the lie. What I can say from from my opinion, he's a solid guy. He's a decent father. I don't think that he would harm anyone purposely. Um, does he have a probably uh maybe his picker is off with women, what have you. But as far as anything else, I mean, he's a solid guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I think he's solid. I think he's a good dad, and I don't think he'll be doing nothing wrong out here in these streets. What I can tell you is that I knew that his wife was lying from day one
Hmm. What makes you say that?
because I just felt it. She did not present herself as a woman that actually had gone through what she said that she had gone through. Now,
Okay.
now, and at the end, not at the end, she did, at one point come out and say, well, it wasn't physical abuse. It was more verbal and mental. You know, as far as physical, maybe a little shoving and pushing or what have you. But as a woman, especially a black woman, if we come out here and say somebody didn't abused us, our mind definitely goes to is he knocking your head between the washer and the dryer? We not thinking, oh, he just cussing you out, or y'all having disagreements as far as whatever, and you taking it, to heart or what have you. It's bothering you mentally, spiritually, or what have you. But yeah, I definitely knew she uh was not going through what she said for sure. So I wasn't a follower of either one of them though.
Okay.
And I'm
Yeah.
still
I mean, I've been asking and waiting for an example like this. I might, okay, I'm gonna have to catch some of your replays like seriously because I always get asked about, women's bad behavior. Me personally,
Mhm.
I don't see it as much as I used to because, hold on, this goddamn garbage people. Give me a second.
Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button and sharing
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Miss LA.
But no, I choose not to even surround myself with those people anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. Wow,
Sure.
man.
So it's certain behaviors that I'm not I don't expose myself to. Like I don't know why people do this to themselves, like I don't think there's anything wrong with like putting a line in the sand and saying like, yeah, we cool, like haha, you might be funny, but I can't fuck with you because you just be doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Indeed. Indeed. I don't mind, first off, I'm very careful anyway. I tell folks all the time, my husband, my best friend, and I don't be looking for too many others. You know what I'm saying? Um, you do have to be very careful when you surround yourself with people.
I
Yes.
get you on that though. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, that's definitely I don't know. I
Like,
just
for
if
me, it's
so
I
if people come to me and they tell me certain things about like, especially women, it's not that I don't necessarily believe them. It's just I haven't seen it in so long. I almost forgot what the
yeah,
fuck
but
it looked
that's
like,
because there's more to this. Sorry. I was just gonna say that not just that only. Is it just like there's more to the story that you don't know and you need more details? And it's not just about what you're explaining though as well. Totally agree with you on what you're saying, no, and it makes sense though, of course. I was just saying, isn't it there's more to the story though, and you can't really, not like judge or give a perspective yet because you don't know too much though, and there could be more that you don't know, and you don't want to prejudge before you actually before the actual result comes out, though, right?
I mean, but at the same time, you shouldn't need to see so much. Usually people, especially when they're consistent, they show you exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah,
Like,
I agree, though.
don't wait
Of
too
course, of course.
long and give people the benefit of the doubt too much, because they can take that and run with it. And
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not gonna deny that, though, and of course, no, I'm not gonna deny that. I agree with you, but me as a Muslim, now the Muslim's supposed to do it is that you're supposed to get not just basically for me. That I'm not gonna give my fault until I basically hear more detail to it. Though it's not that I'm not gonna believe the person guilty or not. Of course, it can be though, it can be like that kind of thing. Or I think, but I have to actually get full information or in order to basically, give my full perspective slash give judgment on it though. That's just how it is. I'm just going by how the faith teach. The faith just teach that you're supposed to get the whole story as well. It's not just that it's not to deny on what the person's going through or like give the benefit of the doubt. It's just to actually, to me though, also, hear it out until like the full details come out before, like that. I understand certain cases though, you can do that though, because it kind of shows though in a way. I feel you on that. But I feel like though, to me though, I just want to hear more because this is the first time I'm hearing this though. So then the more and more I know, the more and more I actually starting to understand. I believe, you know, I believe, was on that though. I do. I just need to, hear more until I need to hear more until I fully actually get an understanding.
Well, I know you got to do what works best for you. That's for sure. If I was dealing with an individual, especially like in a relationship, that like what I just heard, it makes me wonder what the actual relationship was like. If this will happen when they break up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it probably was
I feel
worse.
you though. Yeah, I
Welcome
agree
to our
though.
new subscribers. Hey, Karen.
Welcome in. Welcome in, new subs.
Hey, Miss.
Welcome in, new supporters. So, hope you guys leave a like, comment, share, connect to the host, and if possible, connect to the people in the panel, in the chat, share us out, though, help us grow, inshallah. And hope you guys enjoyed the content also and everything that is stated in the stream. Do your research before you take out anything, you
Yes.
know, do your research first before you take out anything from the stream so you get a full context of everything that's going on. I'm just late though, so I'm probably gonna have to watch a little bit of the replay to actually see what actually went on though. So I hope you
Hey,
guys enjoy though.
Hey, I got to do the same thing, Riaz. Just with everything in terms of these personalities in this case. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I definitely encourage people to always, I like to just provoke thought. You know what I mean? Make people think about stuff. But I'm not the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not an official of anything. So if I say something that sparks your interest, and yes, please go research that, like, so you can bring back what you learned, I'm saying, to me, and we can keep on expanding, like, that's what I'm about. I'm not a know-it-all at all. um
Mm-hmm.
I
Same
just
here though.
Yeah, I just like to make people think, because I don't know, of course, if you look at an object straight on, it can look like a square or it can look like a circle, right? But if you if you walk around the object, then you actually see that there's different, this is a cube, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different whole, it's a whole different shape, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people need to stop thinking that they have it figured out, you know what I'm saying? Like, just take your time and look into whatever interests you. Of course, follow logic instead of following your biases, um it's always said, Miss Joy, that we never say what the women's is doing wrong. Well, hello, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See,
We
I
Yeah,
say
don't.
what.
that makes sense though. To me though, I'm not on a gender thing, man. I'm on a universal thing when it comes to that thing. I'm gonna hold both sides accountable. If I see one do wrong, I'm gonna hold them accountable. If I see the other do wrong, I'm gonna hold them accountable, man. Because look, I'm gonna keep it real for both sides, man. Because look, I
Watch
just
that
I
accountability
have
word, Riaz.
no, I don't mean,
That's
I don't
buzzword
mean.
this week.
Oh no, no, no. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. Well, okay, never mind.
No, I'm just joking. It's just been
And
never mind.
sorry, caught me off guard with that. But I want to say though as well is I'm gonna hold both sides. I observe both sides and how they behave, and if both do wrong, I'm gonna call it though, man, because I gotta keep it real though. I'm not basically picking one side or the other though. I'm gonna keep it real on that though. That's what I was trying to say. When you actually said that, Joker, I feel you on that though. But you caught me off guard.
It's been the point of contention. I'll probably put some little clips together, because that's the who can hold you accountable type of, situation has been on the table for the past week and a half, which I think is very interesting. I'm
Yeah.
not going to
I
veer off.
think the only one to hold one's accountable is oneself, though, and the only one to truly hold one's accountable is your Creator. God is the only one to truly hold you accountable. Because on the Sirah, basically on the Judgment Day, though, you'll be asked questions about your life, how you spent it, not just your faith. You'll be not just your faith, but also your life. Like basically how you spent your life, how you treated other people, and everything like that. I was going off that spiritual thing, though. But anyways, the only one to hold to be accountable is you first, then everyone else, though. Basically, not in a judge way. It's more like justice.
Thank you, Miss Joy, for joining us. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I honestly wasn't going to be up here too long. I got to pick up